grandfather came from Ireland, and in the 1920s he had to leave his homeland, Ireland, because they didn't have any money. He had 7 brothers and 5 sisters. He left his home, he caught a boat over to Wales, and there he got a job in the mines in Wales, digging coal out of the ground. He met my grandmother in a Welsh mining village called Neath, and they gave birth to my father, and he made it to Bristol, where he met my mother. He worked very hard, my father, to give me the chance to be here, to play my music to you, and to have this opportunity, and I'm very grateful to him and to you for being here. And I'm looking forward to playing. This first song's called Evergreen.
A dress of red and purple leaves, a coat of blue, a ribbon of green, a tender on which to sleep. I gave my love a house of trees and open fields, a sky of blue, a river of green, a tender one on which to sleep. my love laid down a single flower in her hand. She walked away to forest deep to find a place in which to sleep. My love did lift the darkest cup up to her lips, a cup of poisoned evergreen, a cup of poisoned evergreen. My love is gone. Her spirit loves and calls me on. Her spirit loves and calls to me. Deep in the ground is where she sleeps. Deep in the ground is where she sleeps. Deep in the ground is where she sleeps. Listen to a dead man singing. Listen to a dead man sing along. Every day the sunrise takes me high, shows me so much beauty, it makes me want to cry. The faces in the papers don't come free. The stories sold every place I go don't speak for me. Listen to a dead man singing. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. Every night the stars burn up above. I see love, I see the murder of love. I am a child of the poison tree. standing across the river in what is yet to be. Honey, that's the life I'm living. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. Whoa. Every day the whole world breaks my heart. The whole world breaks my heart. Indeed, it's lovely to be here. This is a song about a gold miner. A gold miner, his name is Henry James, and he digs for gold in the mountains. This is the name of the song, The Ballad of Henry James. James was a mountain man, and he mined for mountain gold, and he wore a suit of golden clothes. It was a wonder to behold. Whoa, and he sang out like a sunrise. Whoa, as he walked along the road. Whoa, and he came down to the valley, and the people gathered round him, and they told him that the land had all been sold for mountain gold. Henry James stood upon the earth, and he knelt down in the clay, and he shook his fist up to the sky, and he tore his clothes away. Whoa, and he jumped into the river. Whoa, and he washed away the clay. Whoa, and he walked back to the mountains, and the people stood around him. They just gathered up his clothes and ran away. And Henry James stood on the mountain, and he filled the mines with dynamite. And Henry James raised up a fire, and he blew those dusty mountains out of sight. The ghost of Henry James still walks across this burning earth, and he whispers low to any man who truly seeks his worth. Oh, and he whispers of a fine land, oh, where a milky river flows, oh, where the mines are in the mountains, and every man and woman and every child there wears a suit of clothes of mountain gold.
Like Gerard said, I've been travelling around for 3.5 weeks now on the Songs and Whispers tour, which has been really fantastic fun. It's been beautiful, and I've really enjoyed myself so much. Great. Just before I was leaving to go, about 2 days before I was trying to get it together to pack and remember what I needed to bring. And that's always a bit stressful for me because I can't get my head around stuff like that very easily. I need a girlfriend to tell me that, and I haven't really got one around at the moment to do that, so not living in the same house as me anyway. So anyway, just as I was trying to get it all together, I had an idea for 2 different songs came, and they wanted me to write them, so I had to I've got 2 new songs I've been playing throughout the tour, which has been great. This is the first of them, and I'm going to play it without the use of the PA, because it sounds good like that. In my imagination of the last few years, I've been seeing a very distant star that's a long way away, and it's actually out there somewhere. I don't really know where it is, but it's whispering something to me. This star that's a very long way away. And this song is kind of about that star. Of a galaxy of black holes to eternity, crying for love.
fall down upon their knees. Won't you set your broken-hearted prisoners free? You only see what you want to see. Why won't you open your eyes, Marie? I don't believe that you notice me. I do it all for you. You only hear what you want to hear. Why won't you listen? The sound is clear. I sing the symphony of the spheres. I do it all for you. Oh, I do it all for you. Planets move through the sky. Millions of years go by. The Milky Way's running dry, crying for love, crying for love. Every rising sun counts on your dying breath. Know the meek have not inherited the earth. You only see what you want to see. Why won't you open your eyes, Marie? I don't believe that you notice me. I do it all for you. You only hear what you want to hear. Why won't you listen to me, my dear? I sing the symphony of the spheres. I do it all for you. Oh, I do it all for you. And here comes my love. Here comes my love. Here comes my love. Here comes my love. Here comes my love.
Thank you so much. One day, a farmer planted a seed. It was the seed of an apple tree. The seed was special, for it did not grow up towards the light. It grew down into the darkness of the earth. The seed grew down and down into the darkness of the earth, and it spread out its branches into the darkness of the earth. The tree grew down, upside down, and its roots reached up to the surface of the earth, but not one of its roots reached above the surface of the earth. The tree grew down, and it bore fruit, dark fruit, beneath the earth. The fruit was for the king of the underworld to give to his children who are down at the centre of the earth, where there rages a gigantic fire. The children must feed the fire every day and they need the fruit of the tree to keep themselves alive, for they must keep the fire alive every day. And that fire that burns in the centre of the earth is a sun, and it is the sister of the sun that lives up in the sky. And the only reason that the sun shines its rays down upon the earth and keeps the earth alive is because it's seeking its sister, and it loves its sister in the centre of the earth. The sun in the sky is seeking its sister, and it loves its sister that is in the centre of the earth, that is in the centre of the earth, that lives in the centre of the earth, that burns in the centre of the earth. I'm waiting for the world to come my way, to come my way. My spirit grows as I live out my days. So if you leave me here, it will cause me no shame. The love that leads me on cares not to blame. You say that I'm walking the wrong way, but in spite of our dark days, I can't see as my light comes shining through. 'Cause lovers hold the hand of the whole world and cry the tears of the whole world. 'Cause lovers lie in the arms of everyone. I'm lying in the arms of everyone. I'm standing on the edge, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. These lonely hours only make me strong. You say that I'm walking the wrong way, but in spite of our dark days, I can't see as my light comes shining through. 'Cause lovers hold the hand of the whole world, smile the smile of the whole world. 'Cause lovers lie in the arms of everyone. I'm lying in the arms of everyone. I'm reaching out my arms to everyone. Love only knows what you know now. Love only knows what you know now. Love only knows what you know. the other new song that I wrote, that one. The bit in the middle, I've just started talking stuff between songs. I've never done it before this tour. I'm really enjoying it. I see a lot of stuff inside me. I'm sure we all do. This is something I saw inside me as well. This is a song about a man who is in his middle age, and he has everything. He has a beautiful wife, and he has beautiful daughters, and he lives in a house that is big and beautiful, and he has 2 cars outside in the drive, and he drives every day to a job where he's paid an enormous amount of money, and he drives back to his beautiful house every day, and he is greeted by his beautiful wife, and he has everything that we imagine we desire. One day he drives away from his beautiful wife and his beautiful daughters and his beautiful house to meet a young woman who is 19 years of age, who he has fallen in love with. The name of that young woman is Maria. That is the name of this song, Maria. On a bright and sunny morning, in the middle of my life, in a heat wave of the summer, I left my children and my wife, drove away. Not a cloud is in the sky as the road signs passed me by, and I looked back in the mirror and saw the world that I once knew disappearing out of view as I rode on to meet Maria. Beautiful face, I feel alive with the thrill of the chase. The day we met was a moment of grace. Maria. I stood waiting at the airport, a gift-wrapped negligee for her to wear, searching through 1,000 faces for the one who was not there to fly you away. Sitting on the plastic chairs, watching planes take to thin air, I saw our love affair was over, and I was just another man with
the tears of a clown. Maria, Maria, Maria.
I started my life off in music as a street busker. My dad, who I already told you about, he was Irish, taught me 3 chords to play on the guitar. C, F, and G7. That's what he taught me. He could play all his songs on those chords because they were Irish ballads. And I didn't really like it at school, because I didn't like having to sit in the desk. Like, you had to go for 8 hours a day and sit in a desk, and I wanted to be running around outside playing football. So as soon as I had the opportunity to leave school, I did, because I didn't want to be there, because I had too much energy to be able to sit for that long every day at the age of 15 or whatever, when I'd just been given the gift of my life. And I wanted to run. You know what I mean? So I did that. And I went out on the street and I used to play these 3 chords and just make up anything in my head, like I did a bit earlier tonight. Just make up whatever came into my head. I'd write songs about the people who were going by and things like that. And it would amuse me, and people would occasionally chuck money in. And I managed to sort of survive by doing that for 3 years. After 3 years of that, a man came up to me and said, "You're going to be a pop star." He pointed at me like that. He said, "Come with me, get into this car." And he drove me to this little recording studio. And I went there and I played my songs, none of which I'd ever written down. They were all in my head and they were all spontaneous. And I put some of my songs down, and he then formed a band, well, got a load of people from Bristol who he knew were musicians, and we formed a band. And they started writing music, and I wrote lyrics for their music. And that band was called Strange Love. I couldn't really understand what Heiko said in the beginning, but I heard him mention that name, so that was the band that I was in throughout the 90s. We were together for 8 years. And in that band, lots of exciting things happened to me. I went from being a street busker, a nobody, to being a kind of pop star in England. So we had our records in the charts. We went around touring. We toured with a band called Radiohead, who you will have all probably heard of because they're massive now. We played with the Manic Street Preachers the night before Richie disappeared. We played on the main stage at Glastonbury, and I saw my band get our singles into the top 40 in England, which was really exciting. And yeah, fantastic, like a dream come true for somebody like me. But like so many people in rock and roll, there's so many of us, and I don't know why this is, but it's the way it is. Like so many of us, I became addicted to alcohol and drugs. And the band ended and spiraled out of control, and just ended, and I went back to being nobody again. Now, when I was 17, busking on the street, and I was a nobody, I didn't care about that. But when I was a nobody, after I'd been somebody, that was really hard. That was really difficult. And when people used to ask me, "What are you doing now, Patrick?" I used to feel ashamed because I wasn't in the band anymore and we weren't getting hits. I wasn't going in taxis, and you know what I mean? I wasn't a pop star anymore, and I didn't know what to be I didn't know what to be because I'd been that for 10 years. It was a long time. And I had this feeling about here, like an uncomfortable feeling, and it was there most of the time. And it was to do with not knowing who I was anymore and not knowing what I could do about it. And I was waiting, I suppose, for another person to drive by in a car and say, "Hey, you're going to be another pop star, get in this car," but it didn't happen. It didn't happen because I was older now. And the way that the British music scene is, it's like a kind of fat old queen, and it only likes really young blood. And I wasn't young blood anymore. So that uncomfortable feeling grew and grew and grew in me to the point where I moved away from my city into a forest where I lived for about 2 years, wandering around the trees and looking at nature. And I told all my friends, I've gone to get in touch with nature, but I know that that wasn't true now. The truth was, I was running away because I was frightened, because I wasn't anybody anymore. After being in that forest for about 2 years, a man called Thomas Bruman came in, and he ran a festival called WOMAD Festival that he'd started with Peter Gabriel, who was the singer in a prog rock band called Genesis. They'd started this festival of world artists. And he believed in me, and he believed that I was a really good songwriter and that I should come back into the world. And he told me that, he basically told me that, and he said, "I want you to play at my festival." So I went along, and I hadn't played a gig for 3 years. And I played at his festival in a small room, basically, in front of about 25 people. All my songs were about birds, trees, sunsets, and shit like that. And those 25 people stood and stared at me, and they were not, as far as I could feel, into it, what I was doing, because I was completely and utterly out of step with the British music scene. You know what I mean? And when that gig ended, I felt heartbroken, because I really loved these songs, and I felt that they had something in them that was really beautiful, but these people just hadn't been able to see that. And it felt like another kind of like right in the middle of me. And as I walked away from that gig, I remembered the gig I'd played 3 years before had been in front of thousands of people in a place called Shepherd's Bush Empire in London, which is a massive place. I thought, oh my God, what has happened to me? What's going to happen to me? What's happened to me, and what's going to happen to me? And that's a question that I've always had in my mind. What is going to fucking happen to me? I can become really preoccupied by that, and it can make me feel frightened. And I know that there is nothing in that question has ever borne fruit for me. I've thought it so many times, it's never delivered me anything but fear. And I know I have to get away from that question. I have to get out of myself. So that's what I decided to do. I went around this festival and went to try and look at the other artists. Now, I wasn't into world music because I liked rock and roll. I liked the Doors and like the Stones and I don't know, that kind of thing. I wasn't really into world music, I didn't know anything about it. And I looked around and I didn't think any of it was that good, to be honest. And then I went into another smaller room where there was an 81-year-old lady playing from Africa. Her name was Madosini. She played a one-stringed instrument. It was like a bow and arrow. It was shaped like that, with one string down it like that. She held it like that, and she hit it, the string, with a stick, and sang songs that her grandmother had taught her. And her grandmother had been taught those songs by her grandmother, by her grandmother, by her grandmother, by her grandmother, back to the beginning of I don't know where it is we come from. She had been discovered at the age of 79, sitting on the side of a hill, playing to sheep. She was a shepherdess. When I heard her playing her music, there was an authenticity of spirit and a dignity in that music that went right into the middle of me, and I started crying. And I didn't really know why I was crying at the time, but I know now. It was because I'd lost my way. And my music and my thoughts of music had all become wrapped up in me, and me becoming somebody again. I was desperately trying to be someone, and I'd lost touch with what music's really about. What it's really about, I think, is us all coming together and sharing the feeling that it gives us when we get together and listen to music, like is in the room now. Like a feeling, it's like deep peace. I can feel it now. And the feeling that I'm talking about now, that is what I believe in today. This now is what I believe. And that is why I came here tonight, is to try and share with you, in the best way I can, my songs, so that we can all participate in creating something together that I think is really beautiful and really fascinating, because every night the feeling is different, because every night it's different people gathered together. So, yeah. I'm just going to play one more song now that kind of tries to say all those things I've said there. But before I start, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody at Songs and Whispers. We've had so much help from them getting through this tour, and it's been amazing, and long may it prosper. I'm not going to name everybody, because if I forget someone, then it'll really piss me off, so I'm just going to thank the whole lot of them. And they know who they are. I'd like to just play this last one. I like playing without the amplification, actually. There's something cool about that. Because this is how it would have been when my grandfather was playing his songs back in Ireland before he came to the mines. Because there was no amplifiers then. Thank you for the sun rising in the sky. Thank you for the earth on which I lie. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the chance to start again. Do you still remember all the things that I've done wrong? I'm sorry that I hurt you, now you know I'm
mother's cry. Thank you for the pennies on my eyes. Do you still remember all the things that I've done wrong? You know they'll never hold me now to a world I don't belong. I'm rising up on my silver horse and I'm flying high. I'm crossing over through pearly gates and I'm out of time, out of time, I'm out of time. Thank you for the sun rising in the sky. Thank you for a beautiful day to die. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the silence in my brain. Thank you for the love that's lighting up my way. That's something that I always meant to say. I thank you for my life and everything you gave. And thank you for the flowers on my grave. Thank you. This is the last time I'm ever going to play this song on a public stage, so I'm going to really enjoy this. I've done it most nights. It's not a song that I've written. It's a song, I don't know who actually wrote it. I once knew his name, but it's passed me by. But it's known by Johnny Cash. It's the person who's known to sing it, but he didn't write it. He recorded it in 1969 on an album called Folsom Prison, where he played in front of prisoners. A song about cocaine. Early one morning while making the rounds, I took a shot of cocaine and I shot my woman down. I went right home and I went to bed. I stuck that loving 44 beneath my head. Got up next morning and I grabbed that gun. Took a shot of cocaine and away I run. I made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico. Laid in the hot joints, taking the pills. In comes the sheriff from the Jericho Hills. He says, Willie Lee, your name is not Jack Brown. You're the dirty...
Here come the thornbirds, scratching at the door. Ragged wings and kingdoms, Socrates with claws. On the horizon, iron ships and blood, twisted beaks and black out the sky.
Right, let's do what we were doing at the sound check now. Come on, and end up with three of us doing something. So that'll be nice. We're going to invite John and Gerald back on. Come on, let's go. Worked this out earlier on, so bear with us. So just be kind. Look into your hearts and find generosity. This is a song that was written by some young men from England who were taking a fuck of a lot of drugs at the time when they wrote it.
just three lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, going over the same old ground. How we found the same old fears. Wish you